2002, it was uncovered that Iran was enriching uranium at 2 secret locations. The enriched uranium could be used for nuclear reactors or nuclear weapons, a fear the US and its allies had had for a while already. Iran has repeatedly denied its alleged pursuit of nukes. The US and Israel ran many attempts to stop the nuclear program. Through cyber attacks, the assassination of key scientists, and especially in the US's case through diplomacy. In 2015, the Obama administration and the Iranian regime agreed to a nuclear deal.
This is a good day.
You know what's crazy about that?
Because once again, we're seeing what's possible with strong American diplomacy. Under the nuclear deal that we, our allies and partners, reached with Iran last year, Iran will not get its hands on a nuclear bomb.
However,
I ain't gonna lie, Obama got some big old ears. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got some big old ears. But it's funny because like America has a lot of nukes and they don't want other countries to have it, which I understand. You know, if this country have it, America have it, this country have it. If everybody imagine everybody just start firing nukes at each other, the world would be unlivable and the world damn near be over with. You can pretty much say that's the end of the world. So I understand why like America, like the American government might not want everybody to have it. But at the same time, if only one country has most of the power, then like what's the point of having it? You know what I'm saying? Like you have all of these nuclear warheads, but let's say no other country have it. Then what's the point of having it? Like you want that much of a impact bomb where it's like you just blow up the most of the land and then it's unlivable, but nobody can attack back. I get it. Hey, look, hey. At the end of the day, hey, if you can't beat them, join them, bro. You can't beat them, join them. All right.
In 2018, President Trump pulled out of the deal.
The fact is, this was a horrible, one-sided deal that should have never, ever been made.
Ever since, relations have tensed up. In 2025, in the midst of new negotiations, Israel and the US launched a series of airstrikes on Iran using bunker buster bombs. 3 Iranian nuclear sites were heavily damaged. In the same year, Iran plummeted further into an economic crisis. The currency crashed, food prices soared, people grew frustrated. By the end of 2025, mass demonstrations erupted across the country. Peaceful protesters and rioters called for the end of the Islamic Republic. Trump called for an uprising of the Iranian people against their government, saying help is on its way. But the regime brutally cracked down on the protests. It shut down the internet across the country. For days, little to no news made it out. In the end, thousands of people were killed. 50,000 reportedly got arrested. The US began to build up troops in the region, with Trump repeatedly threatening Iran. On Thursday, February 26, there was a last-ditch diplomatic effort between the two countries in Geneva. To no avail. Saturday, February 28, around 9:40 a.m. in Tehran, Iran's capital. This government compound is not far from Hur Square. It reportedly houses offices of the Iranian presidency, Iran's National Security Council, and the supreme leader. Since 2025, the US has apparently gained specific insights how Ayatollah Khamenei and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps communicate and move while under pressure. Reportedly, the CIA has tracked Khamenei for months. They've mapped his whereabouts and studied his patterns. They're confident he's here today, and they learned of a meeting of top Iranian officials on site. The US and Israel originally intended to strike at night under the cover of darkness.
But like, how can America track a leader from another country for months? Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, either America has that top of the line, like top of the line experience, top of the line soldiers, top of the line technology, or Iran they just not on point. Because for months you're tracking a leader. That sounds crazy. Honestly, that sounds crazy. Yeah, that sounds like that could have been an inside or somebody. Somebody inside could have been telling people from America what Iran is doing, because there's no way. Like, months is wild.
They reportedly moved their time of attack. This opportunity was too good to miss. Suddenly, Israeli missiles hit the buildings. During impact, several national security officials are in one of them. Supreme Leader Khamenei reportedly in another. Afterwards, satellite imagery shows heavy damage to the buildings. Black smoke is rising. Geo-confirmed footage recorded here also shows massive amounts of smoke in the area of the compound. A picture taken here, too. Ali Hosseini Khamenei died in the attack. Also killed Suyid Abdorrahim Mousavi, Chief of Staff of Iran's armed forces. Ali Shamkhani, head of the National Defense Council. Mohammad Pakpour, Commander-in-Chief of the IRGC. Aziz Nazerzadeh, Defense Minister. According to Israeli news, a total of 30 senior Iranian officials were killed in just half a minute in the opening strike. The operation was dubbed Roaring Lion in Israel and Epic Fury in the US. It has been planned for months. Masoud Pezeshkian, president of Iran, however, survived. Ali Larijani, secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, vowed Iran would fight back and assured continuity of governance.
Wow. At this point now, like, bro, think about that. That's 4 people that play an important role in Iran's government that got wiped out within I'll say a minute. Soon as the bombs start hitting, boom, 1 bomb, 2, boom. It don't take that long. So within 1 minute, they wiped out a squad of 4. They wiped out a whole squad with 3 bombs. But the ones who survived, that's why I understand why America don't want them to have any type of nuclear power, because I guarantee if they get their hands on it and it can travel far enough, the first place they gonna come to is America. They gonna try to come to America. So I understand why you want to keep them away from them. I understand, bro, but that's wild. Like, that's kind of like unheard of. Like, that's a lot of people that is considered important to be wiped out in one sitting. That's wow, that's crazy.
Strike on the government compound was just one part of the operation. Afterwards, Israel reportedly take out Iran's air defenses, especially around Tehran. In a third wave, Israel deploys roughly 200 fighter jets, bringing much of its air force into Iran.
Look at the distance.
The goal is reportedly to destroy as many Iranian missiles as possible, as fast as possible.
Like, whatever's in the middle, bro, like, I know it's probably scary to be in the middle, in between, because you gotta think about it. These weapons, these missiles is flying over these territories just to land here. So imagine you in the middle of this. Like, wow, that's
The US reportedly
crazy.
joins in about 30 minutes after the attack on Iran's leadership. According to the New York Times, their attacks focused primarily on targets in eastern Iran, far away from Israel. They also attacked the Iranian fleet. Reportedly, US warships fired Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iranian targets. American ground forces use artillery rocket systems. Several military and command centers in Tehran are hit by Israeli airstrikes.
That's not Call of Duty.
Further explosions are reported in Iranian cities across the country.
This is not Call of Duty. This is real life.
Trump releases
this is not
a video
Battlefield 6.
officially
This is
announcing
real
the
life.
military operation and urges the Iranian people to take over their government.
When we are finished, take over
That's
your
crazy.
government. It will be yours to take.
Netanyahu later does the same.
נבטיח את נצח ישראל.
Shortly after their announcement, an airstrike hits the Sarayeh Tayyibi Elementary Girls' School in Minab, Hormozgan province.
Oh, no.
Iranian state media and officials claim that at least 175 people got killed, most of them likely children. These numbers have not yet been confirmed independently. According to the New York Times, the school is adjacent to an Iranian naval base. US Central Command announced an investigation into the strike. Iran launches Operation True Promise 4 and the retaliation.
Hey, real quick. I'm gonna stop pausing real quick. You kind of can like understand how normal it is for them when there's people still going to school, when there's bombs flying, there's bombs going off, there's war going on, and there's still people trying to go to school. Like it's crazy to think it's that normal. Like out here, like in America, it might snow. Kids gotta stay home. But out there, it's bombs flying. People was declaring war on each other. Go to school. Like, bro, that's crazy. That's how you know it's like they're like either they're desensitized or I don't know. The show must go on. I don't know.
Strikes begin. Countless missiles are fired at dozens of sites across the Middle East.
That's Dubai.
More than 200 missiles are launched at Israel alone. In solidarity with Iran, the
200?
Houthis in Yemen announced that they will resume attacking shipping lanes in the Red Sea. This effectively ends a 3.5-month pause following the 2025 Gaza ceasefire. The US-led coalition
Gaza.
reportedly intercepted several
Gaza.
drones and missiles
Gaza
heading
like
towards
years ago.
Erbil in the Kurdistan region of Iraq with no casualties. Multiple news outlets later report explosions near Erbil International Airport where US soldiers are stationed. That afternoon, Dubai International Airport is hit with an Iranian drone, striking Terminal 3 and effectively closing UAE airspace. Several luxury hotels like the Burj Al Arab and Fairmont de Palm are set on fire. It's unclear whether this was the result of a direct attack or if the fires were caused by debris from intercepted missiles.
I ain't never been to Dubai, so...
But the UAE isn't the only country targeted.
I know it's a lot of money out there in
Iran.
Dubai, but
in
that's
Bahrain,
crazy.
missile and drone attacks hit the US Navy 5th Fleet headquarters. Footage shows what appears to be an Iranian Shahed drone striking a tower block roughly 20 minutes from the facility. In Qatar, the Ministry of Interior reports 66 ballistic missiles were fired at the country. The debris reportedly injured at least 8 people. In Saudi Arabia, the Prince Sultan Air Base is targeted by ballistic missiles, which are reportedly successfully intercepted. In Jordan, the military reports that it has intercepted and downed 49 drones and ballistic missiles, likely headed for the major US military bases across the country.
I know Jordan's
In Kuwait,
had
Iranian drones strike 2 passenger terminals of the Kuwait International Airport. In Syria, debris from an Iranian missile kills at least 4 civilians while injuring several others. Both Qatar and Saudi Arabia announced that they reserve the right to respond. The Arab League condemns Iran's attacks. Following the blanket strikes by Iran,
So is it like everybody versus Iran right now? Because it seemed like it said Kuwait, Saudi. It said I don't know who else. But yeah, it seemed like it's everybody against Iran right now. I don't know.
NATO senior command said its missile defense systems in Europe and its early warning radar in Turkey are on alert.
Turkey?
Some experts warn that Iran may activate sleeper cells in Europe and North America.
I heard about sleeper agents, and I heard on TikTok, somebody was saying, I'm not saying TikTok is a credible source, but somebody was saying that Iran had made a post on their TikTok, and it was saying like a countdown, like 120. I don't know what it means, but it was a countdown, and I don't know if they're saying that 120 could be 120 days, 120 hours, that they're gonna have a response to America. So they might have people in America that might be infiltrating. I don't know, but he just said it. Europe and America. Hey, be careful out there, everybody. Be careful. I don't know.
The US's involvement in the attacks is controversial. On Truth Social, Trump said this:
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
It's an argument for a war of necessity. An attack was looming across the sea, so the US had to strike preemptively. But it's unclear how Iran's activities directly endangered the United States.
How did this even happen? How did this even
years
start?
away from obtaining a nuclear weapon, according to the US's own intelligence.
Hey, how did this war even start? Like, how did America even become involved in this? I know Israel has something to do with it, but like, how did this even begin? Like, what the heck?
The country's ballistic missile arsenal is estimated to reach no more than 3,000 kilometers. A threat to neighboring countries, but not to the US. Iran might have been attacked because it was in a uniquely weak position.
You don't know that. We don't know that.
As a type of preventive measure. This might make this a war of choice, not one of necessity.
These preventive wars are often condemned internationally, not only because they're optional, because if every nation went out to strike adversaries who they thought were temporarily weak, we would live in a world of constant war.
According to international law, a war of choice would be illegal. There are also discussions whether the attack was in violation of the US Constitution. Trump started the war without congressional approval. Across the US and parts of the world, protests erupted. partly against the Iranian regime, partly against American involvement in the war. Oil prices have risen sharply. Experts warn of an impending global energy crisis because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. In Iran, people celebrate the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Others are grieving. At this point, it remains unclear who will succeed him. For now, the regime formed a provisional government. It seems set on revenge and continues to strike Israeli and US bases. The exact number of deaths is hard to determine at this point. According to the US military, so far 3 American soldiers have been killed, with 5 seriously injured. According to Al Jazeera, 10 people have been killed in Israel, 3 in the UAE, 1 in Bahrain, 1 in Kuwait, 13
Iran
in
got the
Lebanon,
most.
and 2
Iran
in
got the
Iraq.
most.
The Iranian Red Crescent has reported that since the attacks, at least
Told you.
555 people have been killed, with
Iran got
hundreds
the most.
injured. According to the Times of Israel, these numbers do not differentiate between military and civilians.
All I have to say is make sure Iran don't ever get any nuclear power, because I guarantee if they get any type of power that can reach America, they're going to strike. I'm just saying, like they're not taking this very kindly. They're not taking this very nicely. They don't take this as a joke. Like they obviously took out all these people right here. That's important. Look, bro, make sure they don't get any type of power, because if they get any type of power, I'm telling you, they gonna strike. I'm just saying. But hey, anyways, with that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at We Not Outside. It's outside with 2 E's. And make sure you follow me on Twitch at We Not Outside, outside with 3 E's. If you want to see short form clips, short content, or you want to catch me live daily, make sure you follow me on TikTok. If you want to recommend a video to me, make sure you DM me on TikTok, comment on one of my videos on TikTok, comment on this video down below, comment on any of my videos on YouTube, and I'll be sure to check it out, and I very much appreciate it. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe again, and